Hi, it's me. Number 3, The Lost Labyrinth of Hawara. In 2011, a farmer in Egypt was tilling his land when his plough hit something hard. He immediately stopped and brushed the dirt off the object. It was a limestone block with strange markings on it. It looked like it had writing carved into it, but it wasn't hieroglyphs. This was just the beginning, because as he continued to dig, he uncovered more blocks and soon realized he'd stumbled upon a massive underground labyrinth hiding beneath the Egyptian desert. This subterranean complex has been dubbed the underground city of Hawara, or the Labyrinth of Hawara. What secrets does this underground maze hold, and how did it manage to hide from modern archaeologists for so long? Join us today as we explore the mysterious labyrinth. Before we get too deep into the tunnels, let's take a look at the entrance. You're probably imagining some kind of opening cut into the side of a hill, or maybe the entrance to a cave. However, this labyrinth is over 30 feet below the surface. There's no natural sinkholes or caves nearby either, so how did they dig such a deep hole? We don't know for sure, but experts believe it was dug manually with primitive tools. The entrance itself isn't impressive, measuring only about 3 feet wide and 4 feet tall. However, once you crawled through, you would be greeted by a large cavern. From there, you could either go up or down. Going down led to even more caverns and tunnels, while going up took you to a huge chamber that was filled with sarcophagi. This main chamber was just one big room with dozens of burial chambers branching off of it. To make matters more confusing, all of the tunnels look alike. They're all identical circular shafts that are around 6 feet wide and 18 feet tall. So far, archaeologists have mapped out nearly 2 miles of tunnels and caverns. They believe there could be more, but they haven't found them yet. If you were to walk through every single tunnel and chamber, it would take you nearly 2 hours. How old is the labyrinth? Well, that's a bit of a mystery. Archaeologists haven't been able to date it yet. Some experts say it was built around the same time as the Great Pyramid of Giza, which would put its construction around 2560 BC. Other experts say it's much older. They point out that the style of tombs found in the labyrinth resemble much older mastaba tombs, which were used in Egypt from around 3000 BC to 2000 BC. We don't know who built the labyrinth or why. It was likely used as a necropolis, though. That would explain why they built it so deep underground. In ancient times, people believed that the deeper you buried someone, the more protected their body would be from grave robbers. However, there's one thing that's really confusing about the labyrinth. As we mentioned, most of the tunnels are simple circular shafts. However, there are some strange T-shaped intersections. Instead of the tunnels simply running into each other, they have a 90-degree angle connecting them. At first, experts thought these might have been designed to confuse grave robbers, but we're not sure. They could have been used for ventilation or to keep the water table out. We do know that water played an important role in the labyrinth. Several shafts lead to what appears to be a well. These wells would have allowed the ancient Egyptians to collect groundwater and bring it back to the surface. Without water, it would have been impossible to build something like this underground. There's also evidence that the labyrinth may have been used for rituals. Archaeologists have found animal bones inside some of the burial chambers. These bones don't match any animals native to Egypt. Instead, they seem to be from zebras and wild cattle from the Sahara. This could mean that the labyrinth was used for religious ceremonies involving animals from far away. Unfortunately, we haven't found any artifacts that can help us date the labyrinth. If we can figure out when it was built, we might be able to determine who built it and why. Until then, it will remain one of the greatest mysteries of Egypt. Thanks for watching. Do you find the labyrinth fascinating, or are you confused by its strange layout? Let me know your thoughts. See you next time.